Alright, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about hardcore. Hardcore WoW Classic, that is. And we're going to be talking about leveling a priest in the new hardcore servers that are coming out in a few days. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. We'll just jump right into it. So, upsides and downsides of the priest. We'll go over the downsides first. Well, you don't really have any AoE damage. Unless you go into Holy and pick up Holy Nova, and that's not efficient at all. It's really not worth using for damage most of the time. You have a small health pool, sure. Low armor. Okay. I'm struggling here to find much bad to say. I can't think of anything else really. So, upsides. Well, the priest is going to be the best healer in WoW Classic. Hands down. You can dispute it if you want. I'm not going to agree with you, but you can dispute it if you want. As far as leveling goes, they are incredibly efficient at leveling. They've got pretty decent damage spells. They have damage over time spells. They have really good healing spells. They have healing over time spells. They have power word shield, so you can go for a bit without taking damage. You have power word fortitude, going to increase your stamina. They have a cooldown that you get at level 10 called Desperate Prayer, where you can heal yourself instantly. They've just got a lot going for them. They have basically two separate healing specializations, depending on how you want to go about it, and one damage specialization. So, I will say at in-game, the damage specialization isn't as good as some other classes. And yeah, you kind of get forced into a healing role in the in-game if you're doing dungeons. That's fine. While you're leveling, you can definitely be shadow specialization and still heal dungeons with no problems. It'll be in the late 50s before you really start running into issues with being shadow spec and trying to heal dungeons. Honestly, they're just really good overall. As far as when I say they're really efficient, what I mean is, here's the rotation you just saw. I started with Smite, then I cast Mind Blast, Shadow Word Pain, and then finish off the target with your wand. That's basically your rotation until level 20, at which point you'll replace Smite with Holy Fire. And that's all that's really going to change. If you are going Shadow Specialization to make yourself level faster, at level 36 is when you get the third rank of Mind Flay, and that's when your shadow damage actually starts surpassing your wand. And you'll start using that in your rotation. But until then, it can get a little boring, a little stagnant because you're using the same rotation over and over and over. It's gonna get fucking brain dead. Which, yeah. But you have a bunch of tools at your disposal if you end up pulling too many and have a no shit moment. You have Psychic Scream, AoE Fear, that'll help you get out of a lot of situations. You have your Power Word Shield. You've got a lot going for you with the priest. Um, let's talk about talents while you're leveling. So starting at level 10, I recommend putting at least 3 talent points into Spirit Tap in the Shadow Tree. That way, whenever you get a kill, you get increased spirit and mana regen, even while you're fighting, and that's going to help keep your mana topped off. Then you move over to the discipline tree, and you want to pick up improve wand specialization, and that's going to that's going to be the most efficient way to level. Uh, honestly, it's the rest of the talents you get from there on out. I mean, matter a lot less, but I still recommend going down the shadow tree. The faster you kill stuff, the faster you get experience, the faster you level. It's going to add up quite a bit, over 60 levels worth of leveling, so that's just the way I recommend to do it. Um, let's talk about professions real quick. As reliant as you are on your wand and the damage from your wand in the first 30, 40 levels, highly recommend tailoring and enchanting. I mean, it is what it is. So, especially if you're doing a priest for your first character. Now, if you do another character first and you're sending your priest gear, okay, maybe alchemy would be a good choice at that point. Engineering, whatever you're gonna pick, but you definitely want access to the wands. It's going to speed up your leveling. I mean, in a ridiculous way. Especially going to all the way up to, say, level 20. I mean, it makes a huge difference. Um, so, yeah, that's as far as tips and tricks for the priest. I mean, I've basically have already covered basically everything I can think of. I mean, there's not a lot to say about the priest as you're leveling. Um, they're just really solid. Maybe not as interesting as some other classes to play. You're definitely not going to be AoE farming, but I mean, like you see here in the gameplay, I'm not having any trouble at all when I get an extra mob in a pull, or even 2 extra mobs. It's really not going to be that big of an issue, and you can just keep on trucking while you're leveling. Especially once you get that spirit tap up and going for you. So that's all I've got for you today. That's really all I can think of to say about the priest. I mean, okay, I will say one other thing. If you are healing and in a dungeon situation, be mindful of your warriors and your druid tanks. Anytime you put a power word shield on them at the start of a fight, you're just making their life more difficult, because they're not generating rage. It just ends up hurting your group. So unless it's just an oh shit situation, try to avoid power word shield on your tank. Um, yeah, okay, so that's everything I can think of to say about the priest leveling in WoW Classic now. So be sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And just leave me a like, comment, share, all that. Like, comment, subscribe. Not share. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And I'll catch you in the next one.